So my seminar topic is paradigm shift from women's studies to gender studies. So first we can see the definitions. So for women's studies, it has been emerged in the late 20th century as an academic course that is mainly focused on the women's roles, experiences, and contributions in a society. The role of women's will study the role of women's in the women's studies, and it also mainly aimed at challenging the patriarchic patriarchic needs in the society. So the shift to gender studies, uh, the main reason for the shift from women's studies to gender studies is it recognizes the gender as a social contract that actually affects both the men as well as the women. And it also expands the scope to include the masculinity studies, not just the women, and the LGBT perspectives and intersectionality. So the reason for the shift is mainly for uh, to broader the inclusivity framework, and to recognize that gender identity is more important and are complex for the diversity. So the main difference from women's studies to gender studies is, first is mainly for women's studies, it mainly focuses on the women's experiences and issues. Gender studies, it includes all the gender identities and relationships. Women's studies approach is mainly focused on feminist perspectives, and it highlights the women's oppression. Gender studies, it broadered the studies, including the masculinity, queer, and intersectional studies. Inclusivity, mainly centered on women, and it includes main LGBT and non-binary identities, etc. The theoretical framework, feminist theories are included, and then gender theories are also included in it. So the impact of gender studies is first in academic growth. So it expands the courses of education in the universities worldwide. So policy influence, it mainly focuses on including the gender policies, inclusive policies, mainly in workplaces, education, and law. So cultural change, it is also the impact on the cultural change. So greatly representations of diverse identities in media and literature, it impacted the education. And then intersectionality, it examines how the gender intersects with race, class, and other factors. So challenges in the transition. So challenges that they have faced during these transitions is, first, the resistance from traditionalists. So the traditionalists like scholars and activists, they believe that women issues still need exclusive focus, and then misconceptional about gender studies. So they actually seen as too theoretical. This transition, they see it as so theoretical and detached from the activism. And then political and cultural barriers. So debates have been occurred regarding the gender identities and rights in various societies. So in conclusion, this shift from women's studies to gender studies, women studies mainly reflects more an inclusive and intersectional approach to understanding gender in society. So while women's studies laid the foundation, the gender studies, it broadens the discussions to include all gender identities and their interactions. So in future, we should maintain balancing both the women advocacy, and we should also broaden the gender perspectives. So these both are the key to fostering true gender equality. Thank you.